Mm-hmm. I don't know if I dare to ask, but what do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves, or their followers? The former deserves to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their own unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why a sane person would submit themselves to Deskari or Cabriri. Alright, Lady Nocticula almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there's so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me, then they came with a promise of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. I also laugh like saying it's a bad idea to become a cultist cause they can't give me anything. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick, an enticing offer along the lines of, oh, 1 in every 100 burns from my bakery contains a silver coin. And of course I hired actress to make a memorable show of finding said coin in a sweet roll. And there you have it, hundreds of gullible fools storm the shop hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Aurelius Vorlish was such an actress for the Lords of the Abyss. A pretty Saccarian witch who became the uncrowned queen of the Worldwound, waited upon hand and footed by demon lords. Only, instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do these fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their master will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be so vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation better than any virtue. Yeah, I can't think of anything else I would like to talk with you about at the moment. Wonderful. So, what exactly made you join my party after all? We don't seem to be very comfortable. You mean instead of carousing far away from Kenabres with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I will get to that. You see, when you appeared at my door out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, and started tossing demons around like ragdolls, I thought that your company might be more exciting than my usual crowd of sycophantic hangers-on. You seemed competent and mysterious at the same time, so I decided that a little demon hunting wouldn't hurt, especially with such an intriguing entourage. That party had been growing staler with every passing second anyway. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. I shall return to the capital, or even one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusades, bellowing commands, row upon row of identical tents. This is not the life for me, but I will certainly remember you and our adventures together, for a week, or perhaps even longer than that. Goodbye. Alright, yeah, it was just a very lovely talk, but I should go. Bye. Yeah, we are not going to be friends. Who's that? Bemir. I don't think I remember him from being first at the Defender's Heart. Alright, easy Bemir, don't lose your nerve. The worst is behind us. Now you just have to lay low and be as quiet as a mouse.
Let's see what we can do.
Alright, Ember. I wonder if she even can read, to be honest. The elf in front of you is young, still an adolescent, but the standards of their long-lived fail. By the standards of their long-lived folk. I'm an elf too. A childish, carefree smile plays on her face, and her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off again into the distance. Several scars cover her body, and a few of her fingers are missing. A crow sits on her shoulder, observing you with its clever black eyes. Hi Ember. Do you want to tell me about yourself? Well, they call me Ember. I used to live in the River City, and now I walk with you. That's my story. River City. Ah, it's just another name for Kenabres. Why Why exactly do they call you Ember? I've had many names. When I was little, Mom and Dad called me Dove, or Cricket, or Kitten. Dad called me his ray of sunshine, and when my mom was cross, she called me by a long name, a grown-up one. I can't remember it, no matter how hard I try. Then, when I came to live in the River City, the good people called me different funny names like Ember, or Torch, or Smoky. I don't know why. They called me Birdbrain because I have a crow. And they called me Lucky 7 because of my fingers. She raises her hands. The middle finger on her right hand and the two smaller fingers on the left are missing. They sometimes called me grilled meat, and I said I was stupid. But I didn't feel hurt. I mean, you're right, I really am silly. They didn't mean to hurt me. I like Ember. It's a good word. Embers are like people. On the outside, they are grey and cold like stones, but they are warm inside. You can blow on them, and they start a fire to help you survive a cold night. And that's wonderful, isn't it? Ember, it is. Where exactly are you from? From far away, from the flower country. The girl gestures vaguely off into the distance. It's so beautiful there. There are flowers blooming everywhere, golden towers and waterfalls, and everyone looks just like you and me, with pointy ears. No round-eared people, no short ones, no horned heads. You probably know that place better than I do. We lived there together, me, my mom, and dad. Mom and dad argued a lot. Dad used to say all the good people should go on the crusade and fight the demons, and Mom said he was silly because I was so far away and none of our business. And that he shouldn't abandon his child. She meant me. But he didn't abandon me. He took me along. He said I was born the same year that the hole to the demon world opened. He said it was a sign that I would be one of the heroes who close it. Of course I'm not a hero, but I'm here anyway, helping as much as I can. I hope her voice is loud enough. When I try to talk a bit childishly, I feel my voice getting quieter. Where exactly did you get your scars from? It happened by accident. My dad and I came sailing down the river to join the crusade. Dad said that all the good people were going to the Worldwound to heal it. He said that the crusaders were the best people in the world, and together we were going to win. But when we arrived at the River City, the Crusaders got everything mixed up. They thought my dad and I were bad and decided to burn us at the stake. Dad died, and I cried so loudly that one good night realized it was all a big mistake. He started yelling, and the other Crusaders, even the one in charge, and then walked right into the fire and got me out. The others wanted to stop him, but he took out his sword and scared him away. Okay, that's nice. Thank you for the feedback. The kind knight took me to a healer. I later learned that while the knight was pulling me from the flames, he himself was burned so badly that he died not long after. But I'm still alive. A few fingers missing and my skin is funny. I've lived in the River City ever since. I've never had my own house, but I had many friends. And then the demons came and I met you. And you know what happened after that. Oh, it would be so hard for me to play an evil character and say the lines. They must have thought they were doing something lawful and just. That's what happens when people let the law do their thinking for them instead of their conscience. No. You see, for some reason they were afraid of us. We were their friends, and there were lots of them, and just 2 of us. And they had weapons, but they still looked at my dad and me like we were going to bite their heads off. Even when we were already on fire. Even when the good knight was carrying me away in his arms, they looked at us with terror. I don't think fear ever has any reason to it. It just lives inside people and makes them do evil. Do you worship any deity? The girl shakes her head with an unwavering smile. Dad taught me to pray to Iomedae. He said she was a kind goddess and she called people to crusade against evil. The knights who burned my dad and me worshipped her too. They even lit the fire with a prayer to her. Oh boy, how cruel. And she did nothing to help us. But then one kind knight, alone, without any gods, changed his mind and saved me. I think the gods are the same to us. They don't understand anything, and they're scared of everything, so they hurt themselves and the rest of us. People worship the gods only because they are afraid of being responsible for themselves. And the gods listen to praise, and they become smug and arrogant, and begin to believe that they are better than us. But they are no better. They are silly sinners, just like the rest of us. Sometimes I pray to the gods. Different ones. The good ones, the bad ones. I ask them to stop fighting and hurting each other. I don't know if they ever hear me, but if they do... I mean, the knight who wanted to burn me was able to change his mind and do a good deed. If he can change, maybe Baphomet can too. Oh boy, that's very optimistic and naive. But a commendable belief in people or entities can change into good. How exactly do you survive on the streets? It sounds like it was pretty tough. The elf shrugs. There are many good people in the river city. When I sang for them in the street, they'd often give me coins, or bread, or sometimes even clothes. I shared everything with the other homeless, and they showed me where it's safe to sleep. I could get out of the rain and cold, where I could find discarded things. When the demons destroyed the river city, I looked for my friends, but I found no one. They probably all died. The homeless have no supplies or weapons or basements to hide in, and the knights won't protect them either. Knights are like gods, so self-important. They are saving the world after all. What do they care about the homeless? Still smiling, the girl shrugs. Do you have any idea where your magical powers come from? These tricks? I have them from my grandma. She used to be my father's grandma. Wait, what? And before that, his father's. I've never seen her myself, but she's very clever and kind. When I lived on the street, sometimes she left food for me, or a blanket in the winter. Sometimes I feel her stroking my hair as I fall asleep, but if I open my eyes, there's no one near. Is it like a patron? Ah, I skipped one. She also sent me Soot. She scratches the crow's beak, and the bird grumbles happily in response. She tells Soot how to do different tricks, and Soot teaches me. Succeeded at a law religion check. It appears that Ember... Nah, I don't read them that deep. It appears that Ember doesn't know who exactly gives her these powers, but you can guess from her words that her patron is Andoletta, a powerful archon, one of the Imperial Lords, also known as Grandmother Crow. Ah, that's why it's always the grandmother. Thank you for your answers. Oh, not at all. I didn't really tell you anything. You're always so cheerful. How do you manage to remain so hopeful when we are surrounded by such horror? Hope? She tilts her head and continues with a smile. And I drink something? No. Hope is a lie. What should we hope for? This world is in the hand of demons. The gods can't help. Or they don't want to. Or they forgot about us altogether. The people know they are about to be eaten by demons, but they still quarrel with each other and fight and steal. There's no hope. Only us. We'll have to win without hope. It will be hard. The entire abyss is against us. We can only win by some miracle. Which means we'll have to make one happen. What other choices do we have? We'll work a miracle and win, because we have to. The elf smiles broadly and nods to herself. Aww. Thanks for talking with me. I have to go though. So go. The elf watches you with a radiant smile as you leave. I like her. Yeah, we talk with Daeran, we talk with Ember, we talk with Nenio. I think that's it for our new companions. Let's see if we can talk about something new with Woljif, but I would be surprised. Cause nothing happened new. So let's have a look in our quest log. It's reassuring that no quests seem to have failed. So maybe I was a bit too on edge about not doing too many rests and stuff. Yeah, we still have to gather allies for the Grey Garrison. We still have to find the storyteller. Yeah, I think that's one for a different chapter. Of course, wait for the liberation of Kenabres to visit Dano, the cleric who's just standing somewhere near me currently, in City Creek. Yeah, we still have to do the saving of the last Desmond follower, the mage I think, who was disguised. I have to go to the marketplace for that. Yeah, we have to talk to the Tieflings for Woljif. Later on we have to go to the ruins with Nenio. We have to visit the abandoned Houndhearts camp. And we have to ask about our dreams. So let's ask. I think he was the priest here, right? A horrific battle it was. I thought I'd go deaf from screams and the noise. So many wounded, so many dead. But we won. We could have lost. We sent those monsters fleeing. By the grace of the gods, we'll drive them out of the city entirely. I could use the help of cleric. Dino makes a helpless gesture. Arueshalae knows I'd be glad to help you, but it's no use. My spells are depleted and I have no training in potions or scrolls. See this rope I'm cutting up for the bandages? It's the second to last one. May Arueshalae watch over you. I think I accidentally clicked on him. I think he was a cleric too. Vesali Rathimus. Oh, you're right. Avid or willing, we'll hold out here until the army arrives. Tell me, whenever I sleep outside the walls of the Defender's Heart, I'm plagued by terrible dreams. Can you help me? The priest studies your face carefully. You look tired, but otherwise entirely healthy. If we were anywhere else, I would simply tell you to get some rest, but we are on the border of the Worldwound, and I'm all too aware of what's happening to you. As you know, the wound is a rift between Golarion and the Abyss, and all the evil that feeds the Abyss does the opposite in our world. It feeds on Golarion. So, it is that even when we cannot see demons near us, our ultimate foe, the Abyss, is always surrounding us. Many soldiers fighting in the Worldwound experience similar things. They suffer terrible nightmares, get no peace, and sometimes even lose their minds. But we are trained to help you with this affliction. By the will of Abadar, I've consecrated an altar here. The god's grace permeates the space around it, soothing one's soul and quieting their thoughts during rests. So, if you find your nerves are fraying, seek out a holy place like this. Approach it, and all the corruption will be cleansed from you. Okay. May Abadar aid you. Do I have to do something about the altar, or is it just if I rest here? I don't really see an altar. Can't go upstairs. I don't know. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think it would be wise to rest. Even though I don't like resting. Cause Ember's looking a bit bloodied.
I feel like a chosen one.
Alright. Yeah, I think it's so we don't need the protective rituals and don't have the abyssal corruption growing and stuff.
life can change in the blink of an eye. Yesterday, I was thinking I had it all figured out. No surprises for me. And now today, I'm dragging myself someplace with a gang of, strangers.
Did you say gang? I shall say this only once, thief. I do not wish to be viewed as a member of a gang.
Nice. We are all gang members. Okay, so let's leave and look around more in
Here we go.
Kenabres.